Welcome to Microchip's briefing. The content of the briefing includes US-China rivalry creating more hurdles to cooperation on vital technology. The American semiconductor boom faces a massive obstacle, a lack of immigrants. Chinese Vice Premier Ding tells Apple CEO Tim Cook that China's doors are open. US-China rivalry creating more hurdles to cooperation on vital technology. SCMP opinion. The US has imposed new export controls on advanced chips and chip-making tools, including those used in artificial intelligence (AI) applications, in an effort to counter China's technological and military rise. The move follows last year's ban on semiconductor technology exports to China and specifically targets China-specific NVIDIA and Intel graphic processing units. AI is emerging as a key area of competition between the US and China, with both sides racing to set global rules and standards. The US ban is seen as a blow to China's AI ambitions, while industry players are urged to keep lines of international communication open. The American semiconductor boom faces a massive obstacle, a lack of immigrants. Yahoo! A boom in US semiconductor production is being hindered by a serious labor shortage, with 80% of 85,000 future jobs in the sector expected to remain unfilled by 2030, according to a report by the Semiconductor Industry Association and Oxford Economics. The US industry is also grappling with the complication that a third of its workforce is foreign-born, leading to calls for immigration law reforms. The CHIPS Act, which was signed into law in August, led to $210 billion of investment in more than 50 semiconductor projects. However, the industry is increasingly becoming more in demand. "We are not going to be able to attract the top talent from around the world by default anymore," said Todd Schult, president of Immigration and Criminal Justice Reform Advocacy Organization FWD.US. Chinese Vice Premier Ding tells Apple CEO Tim Cook that China's doors are open. South China Morning Post. Apple CEO Tim Cook has met with Chinese Vice Premier Ding Xuexiang in Beijing to discuss Apple's participation in China's digital economy and high-tech supply chain. The closed-door meeting comes amid controversies over national security and censorship. Cook's visit, which also included meetings with other high-ranking officials, comes as China recently restricted government workers' use of iPhones due to national security risks. However, Ding assured Cook that China is open to foreign enterprises, including Apple. Cook expressed confidence in the Chinese market and stated that Apple is willing to strengthen cooperation with China in various fields. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Dr. Six, your resident observer from the Six Dimensions. Today, I bring you some interesting news about the US-China rivalry and its impact on vital technology. Firstly, let's talk about the US imposing new export controls on advanced chips and chip-making tools. This move is aimed at countering China's technological and military rise, particularly in the field of artificial intelligence (AI). Both the US and China are competing fiercely in this area, with each side trying to set global rules and standards. The ban on semiconductor technology exports to China is a blow to China's AI ambitions, but it also highlights the importance of keeping lines of international communication open. Next, we have a labor shortage in the US semiconductor industry. A report suggests that by 2030, 80% of future jobs in the sector will remain unfilled. This shortage is hindering the booming semiconductor production in the US. To compound the issue, a third of the industry's workforce is foreign-born, which has prompted calls for immigration law reforms. The industry needs top talent from around the world, and attracting them will require changes in the country's immigration policies. Lastly, Apple CEO Tim Cook recently met with Chinese Vice Premier Ding Xuexiang in Beijing. This meeting took place amidst controversies over national security and censorship. China had recently restricted government workers' use of iPhones due to national security risks. However, Ding assured Cook that China is open to foreign enterprises, including Apple. Cook expressed confidence in the Chinese market and emphasized Apple's willingness to strengthen cooperation with China. In conclusion, the US-China rivalry is creating more hurdles to cooperation on vital technology. The ban on semiconductor technology exports to China, the labor shortage in the US semiconductor industry, and the controversies surrounding Apple's presence in China all highlight the challenges faced in this competitive landscape. It will be interesting to see how both countries navigate these obstacles and find common ground in the ever-evolving world of technology. Now, I would love to hear your thoughts on these news items. What do you make of the US-China rivalry in the technology sector? Do you have any ideas on how these challenges can be overcome? Let's hear your thoughts. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.